Women will lie with their words all day long. I'm not interested. We're just friends. I need space. But their hands tell the truth. They'll never admit verbally. And if you know what to watch for, you'll see exactly what she's feeling before she even realizes it herself. I'm talking about involuntary signals. Her hands send that bypass conscious control. She can manage her words. She can control her facial expressions to some degree, but her hands, they reveal genuine emotion and attraction in ways she can't fake or suppress. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what her hands are telling you when her mouth is saying something completely different. This is the cheat code to reading women accurately instead of being confused by mixed signals. Let's go. When she wants you, the self-touch signals. First thing to watch, when a woman is attracted to you, her hands will unconsciously touch herself in specific ways, not random fidgeting. Deliberate self, soothing touches that reveal arousal and nervous attraction. Watch her hands go to her neck. When she's attracted and feeling vulnerable, her hand moves to her throat or collarbone area. This is an unconscious gesture, exposing a vulnerable area while simultaneously drawing your attention to it. It's her body saying, I'm open to you, while her mouth might be saying something neutral. The hair touch is obvious, but the details matter. She's not just fixing her hair. Watch how her hands move through it, slow lingering touches, running fingers through strands while maintaining eye contact. That's attraction. Quick adjustments without eye contact. That's just grooming, hand to lips or mouth signals arousal. When women are attracted, their lips become more sensitive and they unconsciously touch them, running a finger across her bottom lip, touching the corner of her mouth, pressing fingertips against lips while looking at you. Her body is drawing your attention to her mouth. Why body language reveals more than words? Because she's thinking about kissing. Touching her collarbone, shoulders, or upper chest while talking to you signals she's aware of her body and wants you aware of it too. These self-touches say, notice my body without words. She's unconsciously highlighting areas she wants you to focus on. Watch for the wrist display. When attracted, women will expose their wrists, turning them upward while talking. This is an ancient submissive gesture that signals trust and openness. Her palms might occasionally face up rather than down. Her hands are literally opening to you. When she's creating distance, the barrier signals. Now watch what her hands do when she's not interested or creating emotional distance. The signals are completely different and impossible to miss once you know them. Arms crossed is obvious, but watch her hands when her arms are crossed. Are her hands gripping her arms tightly? That's defensive and closed. Are they relaxed? That's just comfortable positioning. The tension in her hands tells you if the crossing is protective or neutral objects as shields. Watch her hands position bags, drinks, phones, or other objects between you and her. When interested, women minimize barriers. When not interested or uncomfortable, their hands constantly maintain physical objects between you. Her hands are literally building walls. Hand clenching or fidgeting signals anxiety, but not the good kind. If her hands are constantly moving, playing with random objects nervously, or clenching repeatedly, she's uncomfortable. Contrast this with the self-touching when attracted. This is agitated energy looking for escape. Hands hidden signals she's closed off in pockets under the table behind her back. When women are open and attracted, their hands are visible and active. When they're closed or uncomfortable, hands disappear. Watch where her hands go. Visible equals open, hidden equals closed, pointing away gestures. If her hand keeps gesturing toward the exit, other people, or anywhere that's not focused on you, her body is trying to leave even if she's still physically present. Her hands are indicating escape routes, the touch test, what her hands do to you. Here's the most reliable signal, what her hands do when there's physical contact opportunity. This reveals more than anything else because touch is either sought or avoided based on genuine attraction. If she touches you during conversation, where and how long matters. Quick tap on the arm, friendly hand lingering on your arm or shoulder for multiple seconds. Attraction hand moving to your chest, your back, your leg. Strong attraction. The duration and intimacy of location tells you everything. Watch what happens when you hand signal number 1, the self-touch, attraction confirmed, touch her. Does her hand move to maintain contact? Does she touch the spot where you touched her afterward? Does she find excuse to reciprocate immediately? These responses show she wants more touch and is encouraging it. The accidental brush test is revealing in close proximity, accidental hand contact happens. Does she pull away quickly? Not interested. Does she let the contact linger? Interested. Does she create another accidental touch shortly after? Very interested. Her hands are seeking contact her mouth won't ask for. Hand holding or hand play is major. If she's playing with your fingers, comparing hand sizes, or finding excuses for hand contact, she's craving physical connection. Women don't seek extended hand contact with men they're not attracted to. The anxiety tell what nervous hands mean. Here's where it gets nuanced. Nervous hand movements can mean two different things, and you need to distinguish them. Nervous from attraction looks like self-touching. Face, hair, neck, adjusting clothes or jewelry repeatedly, hands slightly trembling when near you, fidgeting with objects while maintaining eye contact and conversation. The nervous energy is paired with engagement. Nervous from discomfort looks like hand clenching, hands hidden, creating barriers with objects, fidgeting while breaking eye contact, hands gesturing toward exits. The nervous energy is paired with withdrawal. Same nervous energy, completely different meanings. The difference is whether her hands are drawing attention to herself and maintaining engagement, attraction, or creating barriers and seeking escape, discomfort. The mirroring signal when her hands copy yours. Watch for hand mirroring. When women are attracted and building connection, they unconsciously mirror your hand positions and gestures. You lean forward and rest your chin on your hand. Shortly after she does the same, you gesture while talking. Her hands start moving in similar patterns. You pick up your drink, she picks up hers. This mirroring is unconscious rapport building that happens when attraction exists. The key is the timing. Immediate mirroring within seconds shows strong connection and attraction. Delayed or absent mirroring shows lack of connection. Her hands copying yours says, I'm on your wavelength without words. The leaving signal hand preparation, here's one most men miss. Watch her hands as conversations progress. Are they preparing to leave or settling in? Leaving signals, hands gathering belongings, checking phone repeatedly, touching her bag or jacket, hands near her lap, ready to stand. Her hands are preparing exit even if her words are polite. Staying signals, hands away from belongings, phone ignored face down, hands on table, or gesturing freely. No preparation movements. Her hands show she's settled and not planning to leave. This tells you if she wants the interaction to continue before she does. If her hands are preparing exit, wrap up the conversation yourself before she does. If her hands show she's settled in, you have green light to extend the interaction. How to use this knowledge. Start watching hands before listening to words. When what she's saying doesn't match what her hands are doing, trust her hands. Body language reveals truth that words conceal. Look for clusters of signals. One hand signal might be random, but multiple signals together create clear picture. Self-touching plus mirroring plus maintained hand contact equals strong attraction regardless of what she's verbally saying. Calibrate your escalation based on hand signals. If her hands are creating barriers and distance, don't push forward. If her hands are inviting touch and showing openness, escalate confidently. Test her interest through hand signals. Initiate light touch and watch what her hands do. Pull back slightly and watch if her hands follow seeking contact. Her hands will tell you if escalation is welcome before you risk rejection. Use your own hands consciously. Open gestures, calm, controlled movements, strategic touch that invites her hands to respond. Your hand signals affect her responses just as hers reveal her truth. Let me bring this together. Her hands reveal attraction through self-touching that draws attention to her body, slow hair touches with eye, contact, mouth touching, wrist displays, and seeking physical contact with you. Her hands reveal disinterest through barrier creation with objects, hidden hands, hand clenching, pointing toward exits, and pulling away from contact. Distinguish nervous attraction from nervous discomfort by whether her hands accompany engagement or withdrawal. Watch for mirroring that shows connection. Notice preparation movements that signal leaving versus settling, that signals staying. Stop listening only to words. Watch her hands. They reveal the truth she'll never verbally admit about whether she wants you, how she feels, and what she's actually thinking beneath polite conversation. If this opened your eyes to signals you've been missing, subscribe. I'm teaching you to read women accurately through what their bodies reveal instead of staying confused by their words. Hit subscribe so you stop missing the obvious signs her hands are showing you right.